I'm here at Harley Spiller and Mickey home. We're gonna meet them right now here in this Dumplings Talk. Let's see, I haven't seen them for a while. So let's meet Harley and Mickey. Right, Harley!
Hello, Guillermo!
How are you, man?
Nice to see you.
Man. Nice,
Real
man.
nice. Welcome.
Here,
Welcome back.
Thank you. Here we are in Queens, the best,
USA.
Queens, USA, the best bar of New York.
Thank you. I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
So we're gonna make some dumplings today, and we talk, have a conversation. I haven't seen Harley for a couple years, so we
Too long. Too many.
too many years. So now we're gonna have a conversation. Let's talk, and I want you to meet Harley. Harley. So Harley,
Yes, sir.
Can you tell how did we meet? Tell me, how do you remember how we meet?
I know it was in Caracas, Venezuela. It was a millennium ago, and I was there as a guest of Javier Tellez, an artist who was included in an exhibition at the Museo de Bellas Artes on how putting culture inside a museum changes the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the theme of the show. There were 30 or 40 well-known artists, and Javier was one of them. And
Javier Tellez?
yes,
Okay.
and alongside big names like Hans Haacke. And instead of putting something he made in the show, he tapped me as his obra, as his work of art. And he had me put my collection of Chinese menus in the museum's Chinese galleries, where there were Ming vases and Tang horses and an incredible collection that Venezuelans had gathered from mainland China and brought back to Venezuela.
I have a parenthesis for this. Harley holds the world record Guinness of collecting Chinese takeout menus.
That is true.
And now it's the Montreal or
University of Toronto Scarborough has acquired the archive. It's over 10,000 artifacts, including 8,000 menus have been digitized, and they're available for you to scan, look at anytime on the internet now. And it's quite a lovely thing that a university is putting my collection that was kind of a lark, just something fun to do when I got to New York City, because this is a tough town, but it's not as tough as we make you newcomers believe. We find ways to really make it easy on ourselves and
harder on the newcomer.
No,
we don't.
We're welcoming.
Subway station agent to sell you token, those guys, they truly make it hard for you. If you're new, they're gonna scream at you.
The guy was telling me, take the aw, and I said, what? The aw. That's how a New Yorker says the letter R. And there used to be a train called the RR, and he would say, take the aw, and I was like, oh, what? Ah! Anyways, so
what year was this?
That was 1981 when I came to New York. What year did
the one
Venezuela?
Venezuela. What year did you go to Venezuela? 99, right?
I went to Venezuela twice, so I believe it was 99.
When we met, right?
And I came. So Javier put me in this show, and in the gallery where all the 40 or so artists were represented, on the wall next to Javier's label were newspaper clippings about my menu collection, and a sign with an arrow that said visit the Chinese galleries on a different floor in the back, kind of the Chinese ghetto of the Venezuela Museum. Salt is behind that food seasons wheel on the lower left.
On the lower left, this one, right?
Yes.
We have
Yes.
this one.
So these So I was Javier couldn't come to the opening. He was going to be coming to see the show later. So he gave me a certificate. I said, how can I be your work of art? If you're not there, I need you. I don't speak Spanish. But he made me a certificate, a handmade thing that looked like an official government kind of daunting, formal wording that I was his work of art, and this certifies, and he signed it, and I pinned that on my shirt at the opening. And so I was this colonial cultural attraction that Javier had sourced and brought to Caracas for this show about culture. He brought like a human who had collected China, so it was stealing cultures. Everybody's stealing these cultures. And I didn't quite put it all together, but I invited one of my close friends to come with me, and he came, and that's Mike Pin. And he happens to be a Chinese guy.
Mike Pin was there, remember.
And Mike's a quiet guy, and he's tall and imposing in his dark clothes and sunglasses. And so he stood next to me, and I sort of like had a Chinese bodyguard next to me. But he's my best friend, and so... We had a great time at the opening, and we met locals, friends of Javier's circle were there and stepped up and introduced themselves, and I don't think you were at that opening.
Yeah, I was at the opening.
You were. But I didn't really...
We met, no, I think the next day.
That's when we hung out.
We hung out and we ended up at the beach. We went to La Guaira.
Yes.
Like a 2 day, 1 or 2 days that we met, and we had an apartment in La Guaira, so we hung out the whole weekend in La Guaira that time.
Yes, we did. And I
had
had
the Guarapita place.
Guarapita de Guanabana, Bar Miami. Oh my goodness. We had to go back, and I bought 5 quarts of the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You guys made it yourself.
And we got stuck in the traffic going back into Caracas, and I drank half of them in the car.
And you know Guarapita.
The fronteras. We were looking up at the people living in the hills.
Yeah.
Fronteras?
Well, no, barrios.
Barrio.
No, barrios, yes. You know, there's a like funny memories now that they show the picture of the barrios, and they point out, see how Trump made this.
But it's been there.
It's been there, you know.
So this exhibit, the best thing about collecting takeout menus is the people I met in this pursuit. And so this exhibit, I met Javier. He was interested. I went to Caracas. I was treated as a guest, you know, and beyond that, it led to La Guaira and the real local, where the real people who make the place run and feel like Caracas live, just like Queens. Is not exactly downtown Sabana Grande or Gran Sabana, whatever it is, the middle square. Mm-hmm. That's a different location than La Guaira, and I got to meet locals. And here's how I bonded. I don't know what you're thinking, but we're sitting at your seaside place. I'm sitting there in a couch around a coffee table, and there's some papers and magazines, and there's this handwritten thing on a piece of blank paper, and I go, what's that? It looked like my signature, my sloppy, weird, curly signature.
I remember that.
And
we have a same signature.
And it was Guillermo's name in Chinese, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And the way he wrote it ended up looking like my name in Chinese, and that was like Twilight Zone, and we end up being of similar temperament and taste. And he made a belt fish that day. The first time I'd ever eaten that fish. That's a 4 foot long, half an inch thick at the thickest, like a big fat belt for a heavy soldier.
The Hali.
And he cut that into rectangles and fried it with black beans, and man, we chowed. And so I'm in Venezuela with my Chinese food stuff, and I'm eating a Chinese Venezuelan. I'm like, this is the bomb. And I wrote about that trip for Flavor and Fortune magazine. I went back another time years later, and I found the real Chinatown in Caracas because Guillermo told me what wasn't in the Frommer's.
What year was that? I wasn't there the second time we went.
No,
I got you
hit
to the
me up.
hit you up.
El Bosque.
El Bosque, yes. Now it's so big that hasn't shrunk. It grows. Everything grows. You think everybody leaves? No, it's so many new Chinese immigration and
here's our compost.
Compost. Let me get a little plate for this.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have one of these for garbage.
Okay, I'm going. I'll be back.
Maggie, you gotta say hi to the camera. Just say hi here. This is the camera.
Hi, I'll
Maggie
be back
Stella.
to eat the delicious dumplings.
Hey, that's the little red hen. You better be back quick. The garlic is smelling pretty good. That's Mickey, and these come from her home in Japan. The house where she was born was very old and suffered and was falling apart. They built a new house, but the old house was still there and too dangerous to take down. But when I first saw that place, I went in and I found these what I use as soy sauce plates, but they're actually for funerals, for the incense and offerings at the altar. But they're ceramic, so
the ancestors are down and hanging out with us.
yes, hope so.
Yeah.
Over the stove. Speaking of ancestors, in Chinese kitchens, you'll often have the god of war, which is also the god of the kitchen, and he's a fierce-looking dude in armor with a big curved sword blade thing. In this case, it's a chef named Yet Gum Pei, John Pin, who
I mixed it. It's okay.
I met
Mike Pin's dad that you were just talking about.
Yes, Mike Pin's dad, the guy from Venezuela, and he is from Dinghe, China, near Shanghai, and was a chef.
Yeah.
And so a picture of John Pin lighting the giant barbecue for a boys' camp in the summer is hanging over. He's our kitchen god, and he taught me a lot. That was my first Chinese home cooking, was going to his house, and he is a professional chef, and his wife Rose was a better cook. How about that? I was chowing, baby. So yeah, home cooking. This is different than restaurant cooking.
Yep. No, home cooking. Yes, it is. The beautiful about home cooking that I see. Restaurant has a tendency, since it's a business, they push things more flavorful to sell. So the whole work around the food has that thing.
Yes.
That spoil it. That makes it different. I don't see spoil it.
Yeah. When they say made with love, it's really, sorry.
Compost it. Put it here. Yeah.
When they say made with love, it's true. And a restaurant, think about it. If the kitchen is putting out 100 dishes, they can't. We're making one pot, so I can scrub it. It can get real nice. You don't have to use extra oil, so it's easy to clean quickly. So it can be a little more healthy, and also tailored a little more to. We were shopping, and Guillermo says, "How about Fuyi paste?" I said, "Nah, they're not really big fans of that." So okay, not that, and we moved into other things.
You know, and
And I love the ritual more of cooking more than eating. I think every family should have a ritual of cooking, and the eating is just an optional because everybody has a biology different. But the culture, when you're cooking together, you organize, you're managing, you're teaching how to manage, you organize, how to do regular everybody themselves, and have a ritual of a family thing of creation, not just feeding. And then everybody should feed themselves with the home tradition, which is the cooking day that parents teach their kids how to make their food from day one.
Yes.
It's not spoiled until they're 30 and useless to learn it. It's from day one because the kid, they won't cut themselves. The baby won't cut themselves. You can get them older. You can make them do things until they catch up, and have that ritual. Like one thing that I don't agree. Well, I don't agree. Our education has already out. It doesn't work. The system. It's made 100 years ago. And now we're in a situation where the information is not as important as a human thing. Kids need to teach how to be adults, and adults should be taught how to be old. And instead of, and we have to integrate that. And well-being means to give well-being in cooking. It's not just going to a restaurant and earn money because that's criticism. That's going to another
Or have a delivery, bang.
That's even worse. That's even worse. That's even bypassing even the criticism.
And the food's not as good after
It's already signed. You're missing the whole thing. You're rushing for nothing. Instead of having a quality thing that we're having now, very fulfilling. It's not just about the dumplings everybody can cook a good dumpling, and everybody can do a very nice communion too. So why not doing it instead of just buying and criticize or just take it for granted?
The first time I made dumplings was at a Chinese family's home, and it was my cousin Larry's wife Hong Liu's family. Larry had passed away too young, but they said, come at 4. I said, for dinner? And they said, yeah, we're going to make the dumplings and then eat the dumplings. And 6 or 7 people sat around the kitchen table and made the dumplings. And then they taught me how. I did my best. You could tell which one were mine on the table. They weren't quite as pretty, but they were made of the exact same ingredients. And then they cooked them. And when we sat down to eat, there was no silverware. Okay, I understand, but no chopsticks? No. And I asked, and they said, well, we just made them with our hands. And one day, I had the extreme privilege of going for dumplings with Marcella Hazan, an important Italian food person in the United States. She made Italian food popular in the United States, and we took her for Beijing-style dumplings at Vanessa's. And this was with the New York Times chief food critic. And Vanessa came out and brought the plate of dumplings for Marcella, and Marcella picked one up with her fingers, and Vanessa nodded with approval. A dumpling is a dumpling. A ravioli, a sui jiao, the good ones are made by hand. You can often see fingerprints, and you can tell that.
The industrial thing, they add chemical to stabilize things, and that changes the flavor. That changes the flavor.
Now there's robots wrapping dumplings, and they're perfect, and they stay together, but something is not... Every action has a reaction, and something, I can't put my mouth, I don't know the words to describe it, but something's different. They're so uniform, it's not handmade. I don't know.
But
if I can taste that or my eyes.
No, but the thing is, the chefs are not have that considered into their thing yet. Once they have it considered, just another instrument, and you keep the quality.
You know, it's
Yes,
like it's
So
about people not having the grasp on things yet. That's what's going on in our this time of society. We haven't having the grasp of our new culture now, which is fast, which has and we're human, we're resilient. We're gonna settle back down, and our needs are gonna be the same as 1,000 years ago. Even though now we're confused because everything is fast. The thing that we praised for 100 years, now it's so available. Knowledge. Now everybody has it. Everybody. So sometimes in any time, that's not going to be important anymore because once everybody has it already, another thing will be important. So I see the resilience thing, and people that are good with it, now they have an instrument that we can take them to further than where we even name it, not to name bullshit. Not to name bullshit.
Resilience.
Yes, I think we're human. We are resilient
and recalibration.
And we are living that moment. So
he's recalibrating this Napa cabbage. He's cutting off the frilly, leafy, and keep triangulating the white, crispy core.
You know what we need?
I've not seen this done.
Do you have a cable, USB, so I can connect it? Because this conversation seems to be going to be a nice podcast, long, and we haven't touched our surface. Because we haven't seen each other for so long. We got so much to catch up. So, then you asked me about, once I do this, the leafy one, you know, this part, since it's got more meat, once you put salt in it and get the water out, it becomes crunchy. And we're looking for that crunchy thing right now, that texture.
You got the salt.
Yeah, so.
You want to put this away or?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that away. In the bag or something. Maybe not enough for this. Yeah, then you use it for soup.
Yeah.
No, you know how to do it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cut it this way and see.
Yeah, so that time I had made dumplings with a Sichuan cousin.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I felt like this is as the food is as good as it gets. It's eating at John and Rose Pin's home made me crazy for Chinese food, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't,
Well,
I couldn't bother. I couldn't go knock on their door every day, so I started going to restaurants, and I also started cooking myself and trying because I can't afford restaurants all the time, and it's fun, and
it's better. Now this thing, I think the more I do it, the more I love it. Going to friends' house and talk. I really enjoy getting people their hands dirty, talking. It tones down the whole ego thing. It comes down because you're creating. You create it so you don't get into a gossiping thing. You get into a creation mode. When you're criticizing, you go into a gossip mode right away. Okay, criticizing, have a critical mind. It's fun.
Can I feel this?
Yes.
Huh. That's some dense. That doesn't feel like it's going to be delicate.
You see?
Yeah.
You'll see.
It's tough stuff. I during COVID, I made a bread once or twice, I think, a rye bread, and I was really happy with it. It's such an exciting.
Oh, what an exciting!
And at this point, you're like, oh, this is a lot of work. You got to pound this for 45 minutes. But what was cool was...
The thing is about making dough, let it rest and let
the resting do the work. Because this is flour's powder. So even though you're mixing like this, not every molecule of all flours will touch the water. So if not all the molecules touch it, the gluten will be break. So you have to give rest. And that part, a lot of flour is not mixed yet. You don't see it. Huh. But once you rest it, you'll see how soft it becomes. Huh. So it's beautiful. Making bread is. I like it more than eating rice now. I eat more.
Huh.
Do you have a plastic bag like this so we can cover it?
Right there.
Let me do the chicken now. I'm gonna go to the filling.
All right.
Rest. Can't do it here.
Would you like a glass of tea or something?
Yes. Water.
Cold water?
Cold water now. Yes.
Okay.
I'm feeling the heat of. I drink more hot water now, but now I need hot water. You giving me?
Oh,
No, cold.
sorry.
No, give me cold water. No, give me cold water. I'm feeling the heat now. I drink more hot water. You can keep that, but I need some cold water. All right, last cutting. Normally I cut the meat at the end, because that's when you're already gonna, it's the most, when you work in a restaurant, I love the rating system. People see it bad, but the rating system, I think if you go through the New York rating system of restaurants, if you comply, you can get better even in your recipe, in your management of the food, in your counting of the days, in everything, and you gotta get into that in your equation. It's not just like everything has to turn around.
And that helps.
No, you have to follow that turnaround. It's not help. You have to follow it. It's more than that. Once you follow it, it's health. With the health department, and instead of going around it, you develop a very, very disciplined system. And you want the discipline. If you want consistency in a restaurant, you need discipline. You need training with discipline. And
I know what you're saying from my museum management job, because we're trying to get organized, and we've done well with fundraising, and now we have to spend the money, but you have to report because we're a nonprofit, so it has to be done right. And we're being required to have
those
letters of agreement in advance. And that was like, oh, what a pain in the neck. But actually, now that we've got some of them, it's very helpful, and it will save.
You start seeing things that you couldn't see before.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's not about you free yourself having discipline. You can't free yourself having, it takes you to the wrong place. Freedom without parameters.
Yeah.
It can take you to places that you don't agree, that you escape from your. It's not free going to aisle 1 and having a lot of Cheerios, different brands. That's not freedom.
Yeah.
That's not freedom. That's not freedom. I don't see freedom from nowhere there. Just going to aisle 1 and buy a fucking cereal. That's no freedom. And they champion that kind of freedom here. They're fucking lying to us, man. Fuck that. That's not democracy.
It's not healthy.
That's not democracy. That's the way of dictatorship. That we don't have the terminology great, and it's not because they want to do it. Escape from their hand, because it's governed by boxes, packed food. So every company that gets in, they just work on the packaging. They're not working on the real food. So then there's no freedom. Freedom is not about,
like you were saying about the restaurants, their eye is on a different prize than the home chef.
Yes.
And by the way, I gotta point this out, that the water glass I gave you is Japanese championship sumo score sheet kind of glass. Enough of that.
Hey, we're cutting the chicken, man. We have to do the ritual.
Do you want scissors or any other?
Oh, they just use this cleaver. You know, I'm Chinese cook. I'm not orthodox. I use another type of knife, but I rather use cleaver all the time. But yeah, but sometimes fillet.
I have a question. In the wok, I was shown in the English cookbooks you use this to stir fry, but I see Chinese restaurant chefs using this more often.
That's more often.
Because you have two tools in one, and you can scrap and scrap.
That's more often. That's more often.
Interesting. I do it just because I heard that.
I learned it from this Chinese restaurant. I use the other one more.
Huh.
For now that I work. No, I can't do the thing back then now. It's crazy.
These wok chefs, I don't know if you know this, but the heat, the dial you've got on your home stove where you turn it from 250 to 400 degrees, they have dials down by their knees. And when they're up here saucing and doing what here, they're turning the temperature with their knees. So they're dancing. And he said he wasn't fast enough. This is an athletic pursuit, cooking Chinese food
Oh no,
in
it's
a
too tough.
restaurant.
I don't want to be a wok chef. I'm gonna hire my wok chef.
You're
All right,
you're an elder now.
You're all right, you investor. When you're gonna come for me, we're hiring a wok chef. I'm gonna teach those Mexicans cook like Chinese. You heard?
I like this hand ground chicken. I like a coarser ground dumpling filling.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain dumplings that are very nice, minced fine, very fine, but I have a feeling that this one is got some strong leeks. I think I like the coarser.
You'll see. I'll teach you a trick here. So
All right.
show your feeling.
Yeah, baby.
I think maybe you know the trick, but I'm gonna do it because it's my normally go-to.
Okay.
Reason I'll show it to you. You gotta develop gluten when you make fillings, and the gluten gives that chewy, bouncy texture. That's what you're gonna learn today. Get that chewy, bouncy texture, cause that's another level. That's one little add on to your thing. Maybe you know it, but
QQ. I think they call it QQ.
QQ is?
Chewy, bouncy texture, like squid is QQ.
Q.
Maybe I'm speaking
I
Mandarin.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I pick up some words, but I don't know if I'm what language they're in.
I'm a Chinese Venezuelan, so a lot of things came from me too, like a lot. Now, the beautiful thing about not being, I figured that out when I was working a bunch of being a Chinese in that restaurant. The difference between me and the Chinese people that are grown in China, we don't have that imperial mindset anymore. You know, the king. We don't have those stories that say, the king, you speak to Chinese people, the king say. And those jokes, it's not jokes, that's the nerve system. I don't have it. You know, I'm more free, I'm American, I'm America. You know, like...
You know, the character for China means center of the world.
There's that.
The guy who made the Mercator map, the standard map that I grew up, that most people around.
But I want to bring this out to our American audience, and they you know how it's called America, the United States. The
Gold Mountain.
No, the country of the beauty, Magog, beauty country. So they have a very good word for our country. So nothing is just Satanized that they sell it to us. That's how they see our country. Not as political, it's just one of the overtone. Life is way bigger than ours. Even though we say democracy, we live in a different thing. Everybody has their own system at home. So, yeah, you know, I just want to point those things out because I'm a natural because I'm a Chinese, Venezuelan. Now I live in the United States, so I lived that segregation all my life. But I never saw it as segregation. I saw it as opportunity. I managed to get along with all the cultures.
Intersectionality.
I make intersectionality, yes, totally. And I want to be telling us the opposite, man. It's not true, man. Open up a little bit.
So in this Chinese restaurant in Miami, were there Mexican workers, South American?
Well, the South America, there's not much Mexican in Miami. There's more Salvadorian, Honduras.
I see.
Nicaragua.
And were they working in the Chinese restaurant?
They were working with me, those people.
Yeah.
They were Mexican, but the Mexican was imported from New York. So we got our
guys who
the one that opened the other red farm with Joe. That was Joe. Yeah. The other guy that they hated me. They hated me. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm not gonna talk about that.
This is true. You're gonna think I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses or something, but Mickey and I went to the grand opening of Red Farm, of the duck restaurant under. He opened.
Oh, it went on Austin.
Yeah, there was a duck restaurant.
Yes,
I forget.
The decoy, they call it.
Duck. Yes, sir.
The duck decoy.
Yes, sir.
I want to work now. I call the chef. I want to work with him again. But I want to prep. I want to make duck now. I hope they gave me the position. I want to work 2 days a week. I want to make duck because I want to make duck.
Hey,
listen to me, Mr. Gangster. Put me to make duck. Period. You're gonna have the best duck in Red Farm. I know.
You know, in New Jersey is a big duck farmer, Joe Jurglowitz. You know that?
No.
That's a...
Where?
I don't know where. No, maybe Charlottesville, Pennsylvania, something like that. That's maybe the largest, what they call Peking or Long Island duckling farm in the nation.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm going to look it up here because...
These compost?
Yes, still we do meat compost. Joe Jurglowitz and Son Duck. It's in Berks County, Pennsylvania, in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Not New Jersey.
Okay.
Pekin duck.
Well, I have a news for the Venezuelan here.
And they make duck carnitas. Interesting.
Duck meat is one of my favorites.
Ditto.
One of my favorites. It's so tasty, man. It's so and the duck eggs. Oh, so greasy.
Better.
Oh my god. It is incredible. It's incredible. All right, we're gonna go for the. Everything's chopped already. Now we're gonna do just mix it. So one of the things that we want to achieve now, we want to try to make bread, type of thing. So we're gonna do that instead of chopping it. We're gonna squish it. Squish it until you'll see how we'll develop the stickiness.
I have seen that stickiness. I didn't know that this is what went on.
One thing to get it is adding water. Let's put salt water and salt. More. Can I add a little more water?
Yes.
Like half full. You know what? Ice water. Put some ice in it, please.
Yeah.
Cool. Ice water, it helps the gluten develop. Just put a little at a time. It should be 20%, no more than 20% of the weight of the chicken. Okay, so try to do it one side like this. Now, since I'm not working with we have to do more of this, so we can squeeze that protein.
Because you're not working with
ground beef, ground chicken. It takes more time to squeeze the protein
because you did it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Chopped instead of through the machine.
Which is the texture
Better.
is much better. Yeah. No, the texture is much better.
Huh.
It's higher end doing it this way.
By hand.
Yeah, well, with a machine. No. I'm full machine. I want to have those dumpling machine make it for me, so my assistant do something bigger, better, so they can pay attention to good stuff, the skin, the good stuff, the shit that makes it the shit. And it's not like I'm gonna take that out so I can make some more money.
Yeah,
no. He's gonna do something so he can free up.
Better.
And I'm just gonna walk around seeing those details. I'm not gonna tell them what, and I know they're not doing it. And I say, hey, come here, let's go over it. And then you keep the whole system working, and you don't scream, you don't develop toxic environment, because you're cooking food, man. You can't have a toxic environment in your food.
Do you know how the Japanese have a very different way to kill fish than hit them over the head with a mallet? They have two tools. One goes right to the brain through the eye, and then the second one quickly is like a piece of dental floss, and it goes all down the spine. 1, 2, and the fish doesn't know.
But then they die.
And so they don't release those toxic chemicals. They don't produce those. The fear will bring them.
And those toxic chemicals happen to
change the taste.
And the toxicity from the human being cooking it change the taste.
And this fish made this way will stay soft.
Can you grab a little piece or touch it?
Ah, it's different.
That's sticky, huh?
Yeah.
And now when you taste it, you'll see.
This fish that's taken care of this way will stay flexible.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the fish that you hammer will go into rigor mortis. It will become stiff very soon. The fish killed the Japanese way stays flexible all the next day.
Wow.
So I read, but I don't have those tools, but I believe it because Japanese fish taste better.
They know how to do their shit in fish. They know how to take care.
This is their main thing.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Keep that fresh thing. No, it's not like Chinese cooking, very intricate. No, their thing is.
I spent 3 hours at 4 a.m. at the Kyoto Wholesale Fish Market.
This thing
in August, and man, did I learn a lot. And most of all was how much these different workers in the fish market, and this is a giant auction house, 5 city blocks long and half a city block wide, a huge building that just goes from the tuna section to the shellfish to the and
wow.
It was a museum. We weren't allowed on the floor with the fish, but you could see it. And they had interviews with these people, and everybody from the guy who's driving the truck, they just love their work and they revere their work, and they all say, this is sounding hokey like I made this up, but they all say it's about the people.
It's about the people. We're going coming back to the thing.
That's
it's
what
all
they said.
it's about learning how to come.
But the people I met gave me a piece of the most exquisite possible tuna. Such a special piece that they call it Chateaubriand. They use the French word for a supreme steak cut because this tuna is so oily and delicious. And because I made friends with the guy, and he told me where to go and what to do, and I went and did all that and came back and said thank you, I went away with this piece of fish, and we brought it to my to Mickey's aunt, and this is a lot of work here. I didn't realize this went on. And
when you do this, the bouncy develops even more.
Mickey's aunt is a Japanese elder and quite a worldly social woman, and boy did she say, everybody agreed this was some of the best tuna that anybody's ever had, and it was because I wasn't a wholesale fish buyer. You couldn't do that, but it was because I was interested and spoke and asked and listened and
Open all the doors.
and wanted to learn and was appreciative of this thing that I got lucky.
All right. Come and get it! I win. Whoa! All right.
Exciting. Is that the special sauce?
Guillermo made it.
Well,
Are these different or the same?
The
but
same,
one's
but different
fried
cooking.
and, okay.
yeah.
Like if there's 2 spoons in
What is this? What's the stringy things?
Those are ginger.
Oh.
It's very physical work. He beat up the chicken for a whole extra thing to get.
Very good.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
And he cuts the napa triangles of the white heart and save the leafy edges for later. And then salted it. Salt watered it like you do cucumbers.
To make it what, crispy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.